And now, back to corrections.
You know, this job is hard enough already. So why we gotta start the day off with a damn staff meeting? Just makes everything worse.
You'll live, Brandon. Somehow you will survive.
Hey, Martin, I hear you're now a nursemaid for the inmates.
Are you talking to me, Officer Nichols?
You heard me. You know what they say. If you lay down with the dogs, well, you know the rest.
Watch your mouth.
No, I got this. Officer, if you have an opinion, I think you should share it with everyone.
Don't get too close. I know what you got.
If you're scared of catching something in here, Nichols, maybe you ought to back off on getting so physical with the inmates.
Get out of my face, Martin.
Or what, you gonna mace me like you did that inmate, the guy with asthma? Do you know that could have killed him?
Then he shouldn't have been running his mouth when I told him to keep quiet. And you need to think about doing your job, which is prison guard, and not Nancy nursemaid.
Do you even know how many of these guys have asthma, or staph infections, or TB, or AIDS?
That ain't my job, and it ain't yours.
Oh, so we shouldn't even care. Maybe that's the whole problem right there. If you don't care, you can't notice, you can't respond. And that makes you a health risk to everyone, staff and inmates.
Hey now, hang on. Are you saying we're putting these guys in danger?
Security doesn't just mean keeping people in line. It doesn't just mean keeping them out of fights. If we're supposed to keep these guys safe, keep everybody safe, then we have to stand guard against diseases too.
Preach it, sister.
This is not a joke. Listen, when I was 12, I had an uncle with bipolar disorder. It made him do crazy things, sometimes violent things. We didn't understand what it was. He ended up in prison. And do you think the staff in there understood his disorder? They didn't know what, and they didn't care. One day, he got in a fight with 4 officers. 4. And they didn't understand, not one of them, that somebody with untreated bipolar disorder won't respond to threats, won't just calm down because somebody yelled calm down. He just kept fighting back, and before anybody knew what was happening, he'd broken his own neck, or so the story goes. He was dead before he even hit the floor, and I figured that he died because the people handling him didn't understand the problem. And I decided one day to be that officer who'd know what to do.
And now you're the officer with the TB.
Yeah, I got exposed to TB, and you know what? It reminded me of why I wanted to be here in the first place. I'd gotten so caught up in other things. Well, now I'm back on track, and I'm going to get some changes made around here. And I can use all the help I can get. And people who are not going to help me, loud, noisy, loudmouth jerks who never thought of anybody but themselves.
Officer Martin, I think that's enough.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I didn't hear you come in.
No need to apologize. In fact, I thank you for handling our morning briefing. That was information that everyone here needs to know. We need to talk more in these meetings about this kind of thing. So thank you again. Officer Martin and everybody else, please report to your assigned posts. Except you, Nichols.
Me?
Yes, you. I'd like to have a few words with you in my office. Now.
Hey, Ronald. JG, you have a smoke?
Sorry, no smoking allowed in lockup. You trying to get me busted?
Come on, JG. Oh, man. I'm gonna die if I don't get a smoke soon.
Get up, homeboy. I got some information to share with you. I said get up.
Hey, man. On my mama, I'm gonna wet you up if you don't get away from my door.
Word is you wanted to stab Skillet.
On everything. I don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, who told you that?
You know Swordfish? That's who you got the shank from.
Nope.
What I tell you about prison tattoos? Ain't no secrets in prison.
Hey, fat man. Don't start. And how you get in here anyway?
It's my job, but not for long. This tote.
Man, that tattoo gave me something. I ain't been feeling right.
Don't surprise me. Getting a homemade tattoo from a homemade tattoo gun and tattoo ink made from soot and shampoo, or soot and a deodorant stick.
What? Soot?
Yeah, black soot from a fire. Scrape it up and add your shampoo or your deodorant, mix it up and bam, tattoo ink. Seriously, man, you know it's HIV positive people in United along with Hep C, cirrhosis of the liver, TB, staph infection, syphilis, and gonorrhea to name a few.
How the hell you know? You ain't no doctor.
You need to pray to whatever higher power you believe in. Prison and a bad tattoo is just the beginning.
I live.
Okay, homeboy. I'll see you in a few hours.
Hey, JG, I just wanted everyone to see I wasn't scared and could fight my own battles.
The way you look like you fighting a losing battle.
Seven sail. Seven sail. Chow call. Seven sail, this is your last call for chow. Let me see you move. Get to this door, inmate. I'm coming in. Inmate, you hear me? 8 block cubicle. Open up, seven sail. What the hell? Get me a nurse to seven sail ASAP and bring a gurney.
Engine 7-2, medic 7, medic 11 information.
Hey, don't even think about missing the next episode of Corrections. You might regret it if you do. Corrections is dedicated to the memory of Mr. Chalmers Wright. Thank you to the employees at the William E. Donaldson Correctional Facility and to the Alabama Department of Corrections. Thanks also to those who generously supported the making of this program through donations to the UAB crowdfunding site. These are the actors that performed this drama in their order of appearance. Officer Brandon was played by Ronald McKeithen. Dr. Jonas, Nia Carter, and Mrs. Carter were played by Ashley Conaway. Officer Dorothy Martin was played by Connie Kohler. Johnny Gunn was played by Hassani Jennings. Jimmy Henderson was played by Christian Spanks. Ron Carter was played by Mark Giles. Charles McCracken was played by Johnny Mack Young. Mrs. Day was played by Contenna Moore. Sean Patterson was played by James Rogers. Dr. Hernandez was played by Stacy Manning. Officer Crawford was played by Curtis Henderson. The Warden was played by James Head. Officer Nichols and Sergeant Hope played by Greg Wynn. Skillet played by Demetrius Huckabee. Understudies and extras: Jeffrey Williams, Michael Thomas, Cornelius Bridges, Derek Singleton, and Calvin Ford. And I am Destry McKinney, your announcer. Corrections was written by the inmates at Donaldson Correctional Facility under the guidance of Lee Shackelford. It was performed by the inmates under the direction of Dennis McLerner. Both are at the University of Alabama at Birmingham Department of Theater. Production assistants were Caroline Dorina, Ashley Conaway, along with James Head, sound engineer. Corrections is brought to you by the UAB School of Public Health and PCI Media Impact, and executive producer Dr. Connie Kohler. Lead producers include Dr. Janet Bronstein, Dr. Elizabeth Delzell, Dr. Yoko Kawamura, and Robin Parencio. Producers include Angela Ballman, Sheila and Clarence Blair, Elizabeth Hunter, Maggie Lerner, Dr. Chuck and Katie Mann, Mona McCarty, Geraldine Powell, Dr. Arvind Singhal, and Paul Wolf. Many thanks to the generous supporters of this program.